Good?
We're good.
All right. Sorry I didn't have faith in you, Bill.
It's okay.
Welcome to Cleveland, America. That is all. Enjoy the show.
You mentioned Vince McMahon. Did you finish the thing?
Yes.
I'm only halfway. Did you get...
I tried to start it, and I was just like, man, this is too depressing for me tonight. Like, I just felt
Like, what was the depressing about it?
Because I know...
I want to talk about this.
Oh, so... I thought it was going to be more about, like, the sexual assault stuff, and it didn't end up getting into that.
This was before.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what it felt.
Where
Yeah,
they
this
where
was
they
not
kind of
supposed to be
lucked
about
out and where they kind of didn't to be morose about it is because I think they filmed all those interviews back in 21.
Yeah. That's,
And then the bullshit started piling up for Vince.
Yeah.
So they kind of were able to spin it and time the release with all the shit.
and I've watched a lot of WWF documentaries and stuff like that, so I kind of, like, know some of the stories. I know he's, like, he's a billionaire, like, that doesn't want to make his wrestlers employees. So, like, I know he's not a good guy.
He's an absolute carny that somehow
Yeah.
became a billionaire.
He's
Yeah.
so unlikable.
He's unlikable, and I'm not defending him.
I like
but
him in
he's-
his position out.
He's the peak
Yeah.
of capitalism in America. Like
Yeah.
he just like if you tried to ever approach him like a human being, you're gonna get absolutely eaten alive.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely done monstrous things.
And I hate when people are like, well, it's just business. You got to do it. I'm like, man, I really
Yeah.
hate that. I really hate that as a society. We're like, well, business is more important than anybody's life.
Business is business.
Yeah. It's
But
like,
that's like-
fuck you.
I feel like he has zero personal relationships.
No,
just
he's
a
a-
half of that.
He's a sociopath.
Yeah.
He's an even like the guys, the top dudes in that documentary, and it is fascinating if like really you don't follow wrestling at all. I feel like that's who the docuseries is made for. Is like people that because like any even like intermediate wrestling fan knows most of the shit that they talk about in the doc. But yeah, like even like the top dudes, they don't mince words about like the lesser aspects of Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
But it's just a thing where it's a total carny business.
Yeah.
It's a sideshow that he somehow spun into just this publicly traded behemoth of a brand. But it was just depressing that you didn't.
I don't know. I got a little high and I turned it on. Like, I mean, I watched like 2 minutes of it. I'm like, man, I don't want to look at these meatheads talk for fucking 2 hours or whatever. Like, I was not feeling it. So I turned on the Penguin instead and really enjoyed that. So I wanted something more fictional. Is basically where I was looking. Like,
I hear you. Like I'm not the guy that I'd never try to force anyone to get into wrestling.
Yeah.
But Vince McMahon is even when they interview him, like try to get to the Vince McMahon, it's still a character.
Yeah.
I totally understand that, but I know it's also like, I don't know, it was just not like the mood I was in on Friday night.
You should go watch it though. I want to.
I'll give it I'll check it out.
I thought the whole thing was like
anything right now.
set up Shane McMahon to be like the most sympathetic hero
Yeah.
of anybody to do with that thing.
Shane O'Mac has some fucking dynamite moments in the ring too.
He did all that. Like they really got. I think the only thing that really was a revelation to anybody about that series, like as far as wrestling fans goes, is it showed just how much Shane did all that shit just to like gain his father's love.
Oh, I figured that out in the moment.
I just figured like I think
I was like, oh, the reason he's getting thrown through tables and jumping off of ladders and shit like that is because he's like, look, Dad, I'm good too.
he's like Vince McMahon was raised poor as hell, got the shit beat out of him, was sexually abused, and then like he just carried that into his professional life where he could bully people around and get his way with stuff. But like Shane, like he never hugged Shane much. He never like. Any respect he gave Shane had to absolutely be pulled out of him.
You're
By,
right.
like, it's like Shane's like, hey, I just jumped off a 50-foot tall Titantron through a box. Do you like me now, Dad? Like, you love me now, Dad? Like, and then
Like, no, I got to get out there and get Stone Cold Stunnered. So leave me alone, Shane.
The other thing, and this is fuck anyone that's doing this, is they're trying to slander Stone Cold Steve Austin because he said he doesn't believe in CTE. Like he literally.
Okay, we kind of talked about this on the Alan Cox show. He has CTE, so he's allowed to say he doesn't believe in it because he has it. His brain is fucking mush. Like, I love you, Stone Cold, but you got CTE, bud.
No, Bill. He he's allowed to not believe in CT because he said so, and that's the bottom line.
That's The Rock.
No, that's Stone Cold
that
Steve
Stone Cold?
Austin.
What was The Rock's one?
The Rock cooks, and
Smell?
you smell what The Rock is
okay,
cooking.
all right, yeah, that's why I'm Stone Cold Steve. Okay, yeah, all right.
He clearly does not like wrestling.
I don't like it anymore.
No, Stone Cold.
Not since Stone Cold denied CTE.
It was honestly stand-up comedy. He was talking about it. He goes, I don't subscribe to this CTE. I don't believe in it. Then I go, I don't either now.
Yeah.
It's like when a celebrity says they don't believe in God and you do. You're just like, okay, it's fine. Like it doesn't affect my life.
But it has affected his life.
Yeah.
He seems like, look, every single guy that's wrestled more than 5 matches in their life clearly gets some wear and tear on them. Stone Cold, of all those guys,
No, he's pretty lucid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty with it.
Yeah.
And he's also
cats.
yeah, he's a national treasure. I mean, and also
I like Stone Cold.
I'll go back to the part where it's
But
like,
you got CTE, bud.
yeah, when you literally made tens of millions of dollars to just pour beer on your face and give everyone Stone Cold Stunners, it's like you're going to be a little removed from reality. It's to a certain extent.
Like, but I also like. I'm just annoyed that we're living in this age where like people are like, all right, here's this. This is science, and there's studies being done, and people just go, I don't know about. That's like saying like I don't believe in torn ACLs.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you wore a knee brace your whole career.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking stupid are you?
I get it. I also just
Your brain is getting bruised again and again and again. That has an effect. Like,
also the guy doesn't wrestle anymore, so it would be I could argue if he was still wrestling and he's still dropping dudes on their heads, and he was still
right. And
in a position to injure people, and he said that, I go, oh, that's a little
Well,
troubling.
he also said like, if you're because I saw this clip, and he's like, if you're doing it wrong, then you're gonna hit your head and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, but things go wrong all the time in wrestling.
Well,
like, you had your fucking neck broken
twice
because somebody did it wrong.
Right.
That happened to him, I believe, twice in his career.
And and you're like, because you got CTE.
I mean, there are guys that have wrestled for literally decades, like, and you'll see them suplex guys and you'll see them power bomb them and stuff. There is some truth to like when you actually have done the reps and you have the proper technique.
No,
You're not, but yeah,
it's
dude,
the same way that like stuntmen and like they can like fall. They know how to fall properly. Like there is a method to it, but
you do
shit goes wrong.
Yeah, you do it 5,000 times. A couple of those times, it's gonna go right for you. It's
you're
like
gonna get your bell rung.
You can tell the same joke 4,000 times. You're gonna fuck it up once or twice.
You switch a word wrong. You're
I mean, beyond that, like the whole series was like, what did you take from it beyond?
I've only gotten the halfway through. I haven't finished it yet.
How many times have you
I'm
jacked off watching it?
None.
How many didn't like the wrestlers?
There's I mean,
How many times you jack off?
I mean,
that's why I stopped looking at it. I finished right away, and so I was like, oh, I don't want to watch it.
My teenage balls got drained out to a lot of the divas on the roster.
Sociopath, I'm gonna come because I know you'd be mad about this.
I will say, like, wrestling in the late 90s, because I went to a shit ton of shows in the wrestling in the 90s, the culture of the wrestling fan has grown up by light years.
Yeah.
Because, like, literally, I remember going, like, during the Attitude Era, I would go to ECW shows, I would go to, like, the WWE shows, and you would just hear, the second even, like, a production assistant that was a woman walked near the ramp, you just hear, show your tits, show your tits. And it's, I was like, even when I was, like, at my age I was kind of just like, I don't feel great about, I mean, that doesn't seem ideal.
I remember going to a WWF event at Richfield Coliseum with my buddy, and we were like probably 10 or 12, and there's a kid in front of us that had a sign, and whoever he was like cheering for, we just cheered against.
Yeah.
Like we cheered against that.
That's one of my favorite moves.
Oh yeah. And so he was into Kevin Nash was Diesel at the time, and he had a sign, like a Diesel like sign, but he put too many. His E's had too many,
like 2 or 3 E's.
Like it was just like too many like lines coming, so they had one scribbled out.
Like the E had like more than one crossbar.
Yeah. But then it was scribbled out. Yeah.
That's funnier than even misspelling the word.
I got some pretty funny moments because there's another guy that like this is when I was like in my early 20s. Me and my brother went to a Cavs game and somebody had a "Go Cavs" sign, but he spelled Cavs. Caves. So me and my brother just the whole night were like, Caves! Go Caves! Let's go Caves! And the guy's like, what the fuck? And then like he looked at his sign at the end and he's like,
never mind. That's a t-shirt if there ever want to go Caves. Cleveland Caves. You can't they can't nick you for copyright infringement on that one.
No idea.
The art of the wrestling, like, I don't know at what point wrestling signs went away, because in the late 90s, if you went to a WWE show, you could rest assured you would see zero wrestling.
Yeah.
Because there would be someone in front of you with an 18 by 24 poster just blocking your view. And it just, everyone accepted it because it was insanity.
Part of the, because you wanted to get your sign on TV?
I mean, there's literally an entire Instagram feed that just like, there was a lot of people getting called fags in the 90s. I'll say that much. And gay, But that's also, it's back, so.
It's back!
a lot of blowjob innuendo signs. Goldberg eats corn the long way.
Yeah.
That'd be my all-time favorite one.
It's very funny. That is like when, the one thing that, like, getting rid of slurs for a while did, cause some creativity, and Goldberg eats corn the long way is an immaculate representation.
That is some modern Hemingway ass shit. No, here's the thing, because they used to supply markers and poster board at the event.
Yeah.
Because just the production team was like, it makes the product look better, like seeing signs and shit. And what they would do is, because I remember it's like, if you cursed or you put like a no word on your sign, they'd take it away from you.
Right.
Like you were allowed to also bring signs in with you.
Yeah.
But if they're like, they would review, them.
They would, they'd look at them.
It's like, we don't need swastikas popping up in the background on our nationally televised cable show.
Yeah. Also, this is genius by Netflix to be like, oh, and remember, Raw comes to Netflix in 2025.
Yep.
So like that's their marketing move behind this McMahon documentary, being like, hey, Vince McMahon kind of a piece of shit, but also you love wrestling, so remember it's gonna be on Netflix.
They kind of let him hang himself with that whole thing. Like they didn't really softball him with the treatment of him on that, because he's legally no longer a part of the company. So like it kind of benefits them to distance.
Oh yeah, that's exactly like they're like, oh, it makes him look bad, not WWE look bad. So they get to keep going.
It is. I mean, Hulk Hogan famously in the 80s, when Jesse Ventura tried to unionize the locker room. Yeah. Hogan went to Vince
and ratted him out.
And narked him and everybody else out. Yeah. And Hogan blatantly just admits to it. Yeah. Almost proudly. Yeah. And I'm like, man, I go, how much money was this guy paying you? Yeah. You know, that you're just openly licking this guy's boots like that, but. Yeah. That's the business. Got to protect the business.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan's proud to be an American bootlicker.
Sure is.
Yeah, that's another documentary, a modern documentary. I would love to see, and not to be like super dark, but I think after Vince passes,
there's gonna be a whole other thing.
Oh, you're really good. They're
gonna get all the. I mean, you've seen the text, right?
I don't think so. No.
Oh boy.
Between him and
like women talking about getting fucked by black dicks, like lots of
I don't think I have.
It's a lot of your standard billionaire depraved growth.
Wanting to degrade a woman, and his idea of degrading someone is them having sex with a black person.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, very fucked up.
I mean, if you watch...
Hot as fuck, though.
Yeah. It's a whole genre of porn, so... Vince was a visionary. Yeah, right. So he was kind of before his time on a lot of shit. Yeah, like, I forget what I was going with. It doesn't matter. It's just I could talk about wrestling for fucking hours in the business.
Yeah.
But he's... The weed, man. I blame the weed.
Blame the weed?
It's robbed me of my cognitive. Maybe
I've known you since before you did weed. No, it hasn't.
Okay. It's the CTE. I believe.
Yeah, you got CTE, baby. Don't have a family.
Don't have a family.
Don't have a family.
Wasn't planning on it.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mess with kids?
It's a little Chris Benoit joke.
Oh, okay.
You know him?
They really.
I don't know.
Okay, so Chris Benoit, he was a wrestler, and he had a wife and a son, 2 sons. How many kids?
He had one. Well, he had one. He had more than one son.
Yeah.
Murder, suicide, his family. Yes,
Never-
that's the joke.
They said
That's
literally.
the hilarious joke I was making.
But he was the patient zero for CTE.
Yeah.
That was like, they literally, the Benoit's father gave like a research team permission to autopsy his brain.
Yeah.
And they're like, he finished CTE. This is the most CTE we've ever seen in a brain ever.
Yeah.
That's sad.
The thing is, you can't diagnose it until people are dead.
Yeah.
So that's
Well, that's why like
I feel like there should be some.
you would think there's gonna.
there probably has been since then, but like I know like it's not. It's more like based on the amount of concussions you've had, this is happening. So like that's why Tua's gonna get forced into retirement at some point.
Yeah, Junior Seau shot himself in the
chest with a shotgun.
So his brain could be studied after he died because he knew he was on the way out mentally, and that is like the wildest way to go out on your shield I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Sad shit.
Very sad shit.
Yeah.
Anyways, what time does football start today?
Oh, 1 o'clock. Like every. There's no.
Yeah, the Tua stuff is very sad, but I can't see them letting him get back out there.
I think they'll give him one more because they just signed that contract, and so I feel like the money behind it will be like, no, he's gonna go out there at least. Like, if he's gonna have to retire, and we're gonna have to pay him $100 or $200 million out of it, we want him to have a little dribble down his jaw when he's talking. So
I think
we want him to earn that seat, that.
No, from a team standpoint, I'm sure that's what they want.
Yeah.
From a league standpoint, my theory is they don't want to see him laid out again doing the finger stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so I think they're just not going to let it happen.
What are I just thought of a terrible thing. If someone got like I can see this happening in like the old NFL. If someone gets knocked out and they start doing that, and and then they throw a flag and they'll be like, it's doing gang signs.
He's flashing gang signs. You can't be doing that.
That's a
lot of
violence
violence out here. They're getting dudes again are starting. This is like a new trend. Is dudes will be celebrating by like shooting imaginary guns, and of course they get like 15-yard penalties immediately. I think it cost someone a game in the NFL a few weeks ago, where literally the guy who scored a touchdown spikes the ball and then literally does this in the air with a shotgun. And I go, I hate to sound like a boomerang. Like you just can't do that.
Yeah.
I go, it's funny. I'm laughing.
Yeah.
But you just cost your team 15 yards at least.
Yeah.
That's annoying.
Do guns give you CTE?
If you fire them really wrong, you're like, if you're shooting it and then it's banging into your head, that'll get a CTE, but I don't think so.
If you get hit with one, I think.
That's a different. You get CTE dead.
There's got to be a breakthrough pretty soon where they're able to evaluate brain trauma while people are still alive. That seems like a very medieval level of technology.
Right.
Like we can prevent it. Like they just quietly invented a pill that dudes can take to not catch AIDS. Remember in the 90s? That was like the Black Plague, and now they have PrEP.
Now they got PrEP. Don't go
quietly. No one's
use
talking
your coconut
about it.
oil, no condoms. Have fun.
You guys didn't clue me in on the coconut oil thing. It's the only food I would allow in the bedroom.
Yeah. You should jerk off with it.
Report back.
Yes, it's great.
Is it like messy cleanup?
No.
Just pretty.
No, because girls will use it on their skin, hair,
your body
treatments.
absorbs it.
Yeah. It's the natural baby oil.
CTE, coconut, trained erection.
Yes.
There we go.
Coconut trained erection.
I'm so smart.
You are.
It's unbelievable. I'm allowed to live by myself unsupervised.
It gives you a good sheen too.
Yeah.
I like the sheen.
Good for your skin.
Yeah.
Good for your skin.
Yeah.
I love a good sheen. good coconut oil.
Sprinkle some breadcrumbs on there. It would make your dick look like some tempura shrimp or whatever. It's,
Oh,
you know.
No, don't do that.
Oh, that could be a fun game.
Don't bite it.
No. Why would you? No.
Wait, to bread a dick?
Well, with something, anything, sprinkles, just
Coconut
just dunk it in.
Coconut dick.
Because then
I still want to try doing the clone a bone thing sometime.
Oh, where you mold your own dick?
But I feel like doesn't it take a while? Like, do you have to stay hard for like an hour? Like, how long does it take for that to set?
Yeah, how do you stay hard during that?
I mean,
I just got to load up on
performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
There's also like a shot dudes take now directly into their dick,
About that,
which seems egregious.
Just use your own dick.
I follow so many industry people that I was following the Brazzers 20th anniversary gala event on Instagram last night, and I was just like, I go, they're throwing a lot of money behind this thing. Like, everyone had like custom place settings for like their table and stuff. The names were like they paid someone who did calligraphy to spell the names out all nice. I was like, I go, this is wild. I
love it.
It's wild.
More than Vince McMahon would do.
Very similar industries if you think about it. Like,
I mean,
probably similar amounts of CTE between both.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing it right.
Doing it right. Power bombing chicks against the headboard and stuff.
How?
Porn and wrestling. So we checked weed.
So you're gonna end sober September.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep going? Are you
At
gonna
least
go
until
through
our show on the 18th, I think.
October.
I just have no desire right now to do it.
Is it just like you're feeling great, or are you just feeling down and don't want to feel worse?
No, I feel good, and I just got to lose some weight.
Because you're gay?
No, I started drinking because I'm gay.
You're a cop.
No, you only stop drinking if you're gay.
Oh.
No, it's okay. You're allowed to be a cop.
I'm going to Arkansas for a comedy festival. I'm gonna be there with all my buddies, and so like
you're
getting fucking wrecked.
You're gonna be in Arkansas with Raj and Kyle Kinane and all them. No, you're partying.
Yeah, with Kyle and fucking Joe Briggs and try and get married to Relapse.
That's so bad.
Oh, wow.
That's so bad.
It's so bad, but it's just a silly joke. Unless you want to, we'll see what's up.
It's her choice.
You don't got
Like,
You're grown up now.
Just be like Stone Cold. You know, Mary, I don't believe in this alcoholism thing. I don't believe in this
I'll just tell you when to
drunkenness.
stop. It'll be fine.
No. Wasn't good.
I'll tell you when to stop. Yeah,
I don't know when
right.
to stop.
Oh.
Most of the time. Most of the time. Most of the time, I know when to stop. There are the nights when I don't know when to stop, and it's not good.
I literally was on stage in some capacity every day this week since Tuesday.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, if it's the excuse I'll use, I'm just way sharper on stage if I don't drink before. And then it's like, I need to lose some weight. I'm in just horrendous shape right now. So there's no noble reason why I'm stop drinking. It's just that chicks like that
I
walk
drink
their
all
dog
month
don't want to make out with me right now. So.
Gained weight, I feel like.
Say what?
I feel like I gained weight not drinking.
Oh, we're snacking?
Oh, last second.
Oh, I mean, that happens, but you don't look like you've gained any weight to me.
Yeah,
I feel like.
I mean, you look like you have life in your face again. So
I hate that. I'm going to start drinking right now. I actually feel really good. I've gotten real sleep.
Dude, I come in the bar at least once or twice a week.
You
It's
come
like,
in the bar?
I come around the bar,
In the bathroom?
He's coming everywhere. He's coming.
No, it's like I don't feel. Normally, if I'm around people drinking, it's like a Friday night. I got nothing to do the next day. I'm like, yeah, let's go. But I'm like, I just want to go to bed. You know, the thing none of you guys didn't tell me about the weed thing either is when I'm on the weed, I don't feel inclined to text 1X, which when you're drunk.
Oh yeah, that's different. Yeah.
All bets are off.
No, because
all bets are off.
Like if I'm high, I only want to talk to very specific people.
Yeah.
I don't want to I need it to, but most of the time I don't even really want to talk to anybody when I'm high.
I don't want anyone even in bed
play
with
a
me.
game, or I want to watch a movie or a TV show and kind of get into it, or just play a little whoopsie and just be like, "Oh, you're a stupid dog."
Yeah, you and I talked about it last night. I like shooting myself into outer space.
Yeah.
I really do.
Hell yeah, I knew you would.
And then if I'm actually like DMing or talking to anybody, like the other night someone was talking to me and I was like, I just went to Pennsylvania and it's about to get really horny on my end, so I'm going to back out of this conversation.
Hell yeah.
Because, jacking off feels great on weed, I'll say that.
Dude,
It's been
I remember the first time I got like a weed boner where I was like, oh my God, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I could recreate that first one because it was so fucking good.
Yeah.
It was like I got super stoned and I was watching Friday the 13th with somebody and I'd never been that stoned before and I was like just fucking raging and I was like, hey, I gotta go real quick. And I just went upstairs, fucking had the best orgasm I think I've ever had, and then came back down and they're like, are you all right? And I was like, yeah, I had to jack off, I'm sorry. And they're like, oh, I get it.
Gentlemanly.
Yeah.
No, dude, I was like,
They could have helped.
No, I was in a relationship. It was,
he was in a polycule.
I was in a bad marriage.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Nah, dude, I was jacking off the other night and I was high and I was like, in my head I go, this is how we do it when we're not high. This is fucking crazy. I was like, and I'm like, is anyone else in here right now? What the fuck? I was like, oh my God, it's like into the stratosphere. I was like, I could have been doing this the whole time instead of drinking. Ooh, whatever.
It was fun.
All right, well, thanks for coming to Cleveland, America.
It's not a serious place.
Bye.